Well, greetings everyone from the dank basement. I am your wicked Uncle Squinty, playing a little sort of elevator music here as I review Red Rag, the latest from the Otto range from Toke Snuff. Don't smoke, snuff toke. Yeah, it's like the best slogan ever. And of course, we've played with the slogan quite a bit as we're getting ready to light up a spliff or a blunt. Don't smoke, toke. Just toke. Anyway, this is the Red Rag. It is described as a Germanic style, oiled snuff. The scent profile includes camphor and eucalyptus. Yes, it does. As I said, this is take 4 on this rather rainy, cool Tuesday morning in April. It's a good snuff for this time of day. Wakes up my nose, clears me out a little bit, gets my senses activated. In the tin, what we have is a medium grind, medium to fine actually, but it's going to be very easy to sniff because this is oiled. In fact, it is so well oiled that the snuff compresses in the snuff tin like modeling clay. And therefore, without any fear whatsoever, I can hold the tin up vertical so you can see the color. Just from the scent of the tobacco, I would guess this is sort of that red-brown color. Toke actually uses several bases, so I can't say it's the typical Toke base tobacco. They do a couple of different formulas, and they're all slightly different. If it includes rustica, which this doesn't, or rustica, it's going to look real different. Yeah, it prills up. I can make a little pill out of the snuff because it is oiled. I'll warm this little match head size pinch here. Definitely can smell the camphor. You definitely smell the eucalyptus. In the tin, it reminds me just a little bit of Hedges L260. Well, I've warmed my pinch. As I said, this is take 4, so the pinch for evaluation is mostly for show. I already know what I'm going to say about this. I even know about the nicotine, which we'll talk about in just a second. Here we go. Up yours. An easy sniff. There is a wee bit of initial burn. Brought a tear to my eye here. Yeah, there's camphor right up front. Aside from the base tobacco scent, which makes up about a third of the scent profile, you can actually smell the tobacco, and it's very nice. The rest of it, it's about 60% camphor and about 40% eucalyptus. There is no menthol here that I can detect. It is very cooling in the nose, really a pleasant sniff. Now, one thing I like about the Otto range of snuffs is that because they're oiled, the scent persistence is quite a bit better than with other snuffs from Toke. If I have a problem with the Toke brand overall, it's that while the aromas are excellent for the most part, they don't last very long in your nose. This is going to last a while longer than you would expect from Toke. And that is a good thing because the scent profile is both sweet and cooling. Now, it may be unfair when I assign my Squinty Scale to this one, where 1 is disgusting and 5 is delicious, because I'm comparing this snuff against other snuffs I have rated from the Toke range and throwing in my comparison with Hedges L260 for good measure. Even though it doesn't smell the same as Hedges L260, it is reminiscent of Hedges L260. Especially because of the heavy dependence on camphor and eucalyptus in the mix. Hedges, of course, uses a different base tobacco and has some menthol in it as well. And I suspect something else, which I can't identify. But in this one, it's definitely about the camphor, the eucalyptus, and the really good base tobacco. On the Squinty Scale, where 1 is disgusting, 5 is delicious, I'm going to rate this as a 3, although it is so pleasant to take, it almost merits a 4. Probably does. We'll say 3 out of 5 with a bullet. I think the more I sniff this, the more I'm going to like it. I like that it's clearing my nose, waking up my senses without causing menthol rebound, from the mucous membranes in my nose swelling shut because they get irritated by the menthol. So that's a real advantage to this. Back drip is really pleasant. The throat drip, you got to work for it by sniffing. But when you swallow, there's no irritation to your soft palate or your throat at all. Not even to your uvula. You know what your uvula is? It's that little boxing bag thing that hangs in the back of your throat. Anyway, it's not irritating those at all. Forward drip is negligible, even though it's clearing out my nose very nicely. And it's making my nose fairly juicy. I will need to blow this out of my nose after a little bit. But it's a wonderful nose cleaner, nose refresher. Now, what about the nicotine? To me, nicotine is dead center. On a scale of 1 to 10, where 1 is no nicotine and 10 is way too much, with my tolerance, this rates somewhere between a 4 and a 5. But if your tolerance is lower than mine, which is likely, you might rate this at a 5 to 6. So the nicotine is not going to be the main point of this snuff, although it's definitely there. This is definitely a medicated snuff. It would be wonderful for me. And remember, I'm not a doctor, and I am not recommending this as a medication treatment for any illness, preventative for any illness. That would not be correct for me to do that. But for me, I could see using this during allergy season for sure. And it is getting to be allergy season up here in southeastern Minnesota, so I will probably go through this. I like it. 3 out of 5 to 4 out of 5, depending on your tastes. This will grow on you. Ease of sniffing is a 5 out of 5. Nicotine is a 5 out of 10. What else can I say? Red Rag from the Otto range of Germanic-style oiled snuffs. I acquired this as part of the buy 9 tins, get the 10th tin free deal at www.tokesnuff.com. I will happily put the web address for Toke's web shop in the description below. Thank you for watching. As always, great to see you. Well, in my case, sort of see you. On a Tuesday, April 27th, 2021. Stay happy. Ooh, smooth jazz. Maybe not exactly elevator music. It's pretty funky. It's got a groove. That if it feels this good getting used, oh, you just keep on using snuff. Until you use it up.